it takes a long time to change perceptions. So, it's a slow process.
In the history of Pakistan, we've never had domestic cricket being produced in an HD format. It's just never happened. The idea and the concept of it has not existed.
I think this is a great start, or it's a great part of the journey that, something like this cricket tournament can bring people from all around the world. You make friendships, you put great broadcasts to air. This is a great way to kind of, present the country externally.
This setup is the best of the best possible setups that can be out there.
If you compare the specification to the IPL, to anything that happens in England, etc., it's the same.
We did the PSL earlier in the year. Our goal was to build upon that, bring domestic to a level. Right after domestic, we went into Pakistan, Zimbabwe.
And I think that's a great thing for, the first time that all of the PSL is back in Pakistan. We've hit the same global standard.
And the proudest moment in all of that was about 10 to 15 of the people that we used in our domestic were accepted and used in our Pakistan-Zimbabwe tournament. Our guys, unfortunately, over the last 10 years have not been able to practice their art, which is production, cameramen, EVS operators, producers. They just haven't had the opportunity to practice their art as much as they could have.
There's no country that's better at doing television than any other country, right? It's just about experience. And if you give people the experience and the exposure, they'll step up and be really good.
So from day one, we brought in our South African trainers who worked with our local cameramen, they worked with our highlights people, they worked with our graphics people, and day by day, you would see that there was an improvement in our production.
So that's what we're trying to do out here as well, is give people the opportunity, give them the opportunity to learn in the right way, to learn the right skills, to learn the right disciplines.
And that's what really it's all about, getting our local capacity to be as good as international.
What's happening is that the delivery of a kind of digital network or an infrastructure has meant that actually it's shrinking borders. It is shrinking borders, and actually things and productions and events and post-production can happen anywhere.
We want to be one of the biggest production companies in the region. And not just production, but sports companies, sports media companies in the region. That's the goal.
I think this is a region that's going to be doing a lot more in terms of broadcasting that's relevant to the world.
Essentially, I think the biggest part by PSL moving back to Pakistan is that what it brings to the economy.
It's fantastic that this tournament's happening out here.
There's a reason that countries are continuously bidding for these large-scale events.
No, I've really enjoyed it. I've always enjoyed coming. I think the people are great. They're really chilled and relaxed. If you smile, you get a bigger smile back. If you say hello, you get a bigger conversation back.
There's about 500 to 600 people within production, PCB, and the teams. So they need somewhere to stay. That means the hotels are all packed. That means people are eating, people are spending money, there's an economic churn that's happening within the hotel space, aviation space, transport space.
We've got people, commentators and players from all around the world are coming to this tournament, and they're talking really positively about it. They're really enjoying the experience. So I think that's a great thing for Pakistan. People will go away saying, we had a great time.
Credit goes to the PCB for running a league that's very well reputed around the world. Second, to the security and the government who've given these players that level of comfort that they're not scared. They want to come, they want to play, they want to be part of a league that's now considered one of the most competitive cricket leagues in the world.
My one thing is the best kept secret of Pakistan is your foods. You have the best foods. I've been all over the world. Trust me, I have. And you have the best barbecues ever. I've been to South Africa, I've been to America. Nobody barbecues food like the Pakistanis, trust me.